Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to start our unit on graphing. This is called data analysis. This is on page 519 in your book, and I'll come back to this in a minute. But do you remember at the beginning of the year, we made two big graphs in our classroom? Above my desk on the side is our big birthday graph, which is huge. And we used pictures. We had like a heart for February, a 3-leaf clover for March, and we made a big graph there. And then behind my desk, the first day of school, we made a graph after we read the story Chrysanthemum, with the number of letters in our names, and we made a bar graph. So the two different graphs we've already made. The pictograph is the one that has the birthdays, and the bar graph is the one behind my desk directly, and that has the number of letters in our names. So what we're starting with is graphing. Data is a vocabulary word, say data. And data is number or symbols that show information. So in our birthday graph, the symbols, the heart, the clover, that showed information. We were able to see which month had the most birthdays, which months had the least birthdays, so on and so forth. So that's what data is, okay? And another vocabulary word is survey. Say survey. A survey is when you collect information, collect data by asking people the same question. This unit in math is my favorite unit, because usually I'll have you, all the students, will go down during lunchtime with the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and you'll ask a question. You'll ask a survey question. I had kids last year do, what is your favorite color? What is your favorite video game? What is your favorite drink? What is your favorite dessert? I had all different kinds of graphing questions, surveys. But what they did is they went downstairs during their lunchtime and they asked a question. So that's a survey. So, and they marked it with tally marks. Tally marks are marks used in a survey to collect data. So I'm going to do a pretend survey right now. And my pretend survey is, what is your favorite subject in school? So I'm going to pretend that you're sitting in front of me, and I'm going to make tally marks. So I'm going to start with Spencer. So let's say Spencer said, Miss Fraser, I love math. All right, Spence, so I got a tally mark there. Zasana loves reading. I saw her hand up. She said, Miss Fraser, reading. Cardi loves to write. I'm going to have a tally mark for writing for Cardi. Tyshawn says, Miss Fraser, math is my game. So I gave a tally mark for Tyshawn for math. Laquan says he loves social studies. He loves to learn about the world around him. Jakai is another math guy. He loves doing math, so I gave that one. Antoine is the reader. He loves to do a lot of reading. Does a great job with it. Jakai is another math. So far we have 4 math, 2 reading, 1 writing, and 1 social studies. Mason is another math. Mason is an awesome math person. So when I hit my 5th one, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, my 5th one, I cross it over, and that equals a group of 5. And that makes it easy to count. Let me keep going. Sean says, I love to write. Right, Sean? Sean loves to write. Camden loves to read. He always is pulling out a book when there's free time. Anaya loves to write. And her brother Arion loves to read. So far we have 5 math, 4 reading, 3 writing, and 1 social studies. Eric also loves social studies. He loves to learn about the world around him. Jonah is another math person, so I'm starting a new group of 5. Naziah is my reader, so I'm going to cross that over because now that has 5 in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Amari, I'm going to go for Amari likes math. So we use tally marks, and let's find our totals. So math had 5, 6, 7. Reading had 5. Writing had 3. And social studies had 2. So tally marks is what we use to collect data, okay? And I want to show you something. Let's say that we went in school and we asked people what their favorite drink is. So let's say we had milk and we had water. I'm just going to do 2 because of time. So let's say you kept asking people, like all the 5th, 6th, and 7th graders. And I'm going to put up some fake data. I want to see if you can count those. So count to see how many milks there are. Okay, and now count to see how many waters there are. Good. So for milk, let's count it up together. This would be 5, and again, using the skill of counting by 5s, just like we did with money. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and now count on by 1s, 26, 27. So milk had 27 votes. Let's see about water. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So water had 18. Do you see how much easier it is to use tally marks? Let's say I did it without tally marks. Now watch this. So let's say milk had this many. Is that easy to count? No. You would have to point and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can just visually look here and I can say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27. This would take much longer. The power of the tally mark puts it into groups of 5s and everybody can count by 5s. Okay, so we've learned 3 words. We've learned tally mark. We have learned survey. A survey is when you ask a question. And we have learned data. Data is just another way to write down information. Okay, so here I want to give 2 examples of 2 different graphs at home. So I asked my family, what's your favorite fruit is? This is actually just made up. And I had 4 choices, apple, orange, banana, grapes. So that's the kind of fruit down there. On the side it says how many votes. And then I have the title, favorite food in Mrs. Fraser's class. So I had 3 apples, I had 1 orange, I had 5 bananas, and I had 3 grapes. Now if I took this same information and I did it in a pictograph, this was my bar graph, and now here's my pictograph. So here I drew 3 apples, I drew 1 orange, I drew 5 bananas, and this one I drew 5 grapes. So a pictograph uses pictures, very, very fun, and a bar graph uses bars. So our birthday graph is a pictograph behind my desk, and the bar graph is our name graph, and that's also behind my desk. Okay, so turn to page 519 in the book, and you can do this one just as a warm-up, which is 521. And you can do 522, which is a warm-up. Okay. And then I want you to go to 529. Okay. So I want to do this one together. So if you need to get your book out, pause it. This is 529. And let's pretend like we're surveying our class. Because if we were in school, this is what I would do whole group. So get your book and you're going to write down these tally marks. So the question is, what is your favorite fruit? So we just are beginning a survey. A survey is when you ask a question. So let's say apples, let's say we had 7 hands up. So you'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So remember your 5th one crosses over, so you have a group of 5 and 2 more is 7. Orange, let's say we had 2. 1, 2, pretty easy. And let's say grapes were super popular. Let's say we had 13. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another group, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So apple had 7, orange had 2, and grape had 13. And look at how we use the tally marks. We cross it over on the 5th one. And under total, pretty easy, you're going to write down 7, 2, and 13. Very, very, very easy. Okay, next page. Okay, so it says up here, when you take a survey, you ask a question. So we just did that with the fruit. Use tally marks to record your answers or data, and data is just information. Okay, so taking a survey about books. So we wrote a question, what's your favorite kind of book? Scary, funny, or sports? Record the answers using tally marks and count them up. So scary had 2, funny had 8, and sports had 5. Okay, so this was just an example they gave. And again, let's do this one together. So this is your favorite, the survey is your favorite season. So again, let's just make up the data. Do it with me. So let's say there's 5 winters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say there's 2 springs. Let's say there's 8 summers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's say there is 1 fall. So draw out those tally marks. Okay, then put your total over here. So this is 5. Spring is 2. Summer is 8. And fall is 1. Now let's go to here. What season do students like best? Well, looking at our data, what season should I write down? Yeah, the highest number, which would be summer. So I'm going to put summer here. And then over here, how many students like winter and fall? So if it says and, I know it's going to be addition. So I'll put a plus sign there. And winter has 5 and fall has 1. And of course that's easy. 5 plus 1 is 6. So we took a survey by asking a question. We recorded our data using tally marks. We found the totals of the tally marks over there. And then now we're answering some questions. Very good, guys. Okay, so this is what I want you to do tonight. At home, I want you to survey your family with their favorite picnic food. I want you to do tally marks and do totals and answer these questions. Then I'll go over this tomorrow. I also want you to do the back of it too. Answer those questions. And then your homework page, which is very easy. And again, it's just doing a survey with your favorite exercise. And you'll have some questions. And on the back, you have 2 more very short ones. You'll ask your family these questions. Okay? So again, this unit we're starting today is all about data analysis. It's about graphing. One of my most favorite units to teach. Unfortunately, we're not together to learn it that way, but we'll do some fun things together. So get these homework pages done, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.